Dobre, sme tu. Sme tu na to, ideme to porúdiť. Ako prvé skontujeme zvukovú stopu. Je to tvrdé. Tento ročník manažerovi taký veľmi zvláštny, taký smradlavý, trochu smradlavý. Ale tak uvidíme, čo bude. Dobre, sme tu. Teraz zvukovú stopu. Dobre, takže začíname, oficiálne to spúšťame. Začíname. Je 5.3.2026. Začíname 837. Začíname 837. relaxačný tréningový deň, je 5.3.2026. Je štvrtok, tady sú zhybožrutí 15, 15, 14, 14, 13, 13, 12, 12, 11, 11, predné, zadné, zadné, predné, zadné, zadné, predné, zadné. Začíname 19.37, piče má 18.37, každého podľa gusta, podľa svastiky. My začíname 19.37, prvá séria 15.15, predné, zadné. Zajtra v noci začne Cloud Exile, dneska sa ešte bude točiť manažér aj zajtra. Tak uvidíme, ako sa to bude roztáčať. Zase za nami pustíme toho piču sa speeda ako podmas, čo bude hovoriť, aké hnoje zase. Piču speed.
Melee classes are useless in PvE and range classes getting better in PvP, but the balancing just needs work. So people can find their identity inside of the game. Identity is extremely important when it comes to MMOs. You want to feel like you're enjoying, you can play the class you want. And I'm talking, you guys have something called PvE monster damage. Just increase those bonuses up. That way it doesn't affect PvP at all, and it just affects PvE damage. And I'm not talking about increasing 10%, 20%. These melee classes are double, triple as weak as these one classes. So you need to buff their damage by, like, we're talking 100% buffs on certain skills, 150% buffs on certain monsters, PvE damage skills. That's how bad the melee classes are. So please, a little bit more balancing. That's what I'm saying. Because melees have been horrible in PvE for a time, and for PvP, we all know DPS players love playing daggers. So please, a change for daggers. I don't know how many times I have to say this, but it's just really bad. Next up is please remove the alliance system from the game. Alliance system was really good at the start of the game because it was super large scale battles, but right now the alliance system is just gatekeeping players and servers. Right now, 2 guilds with good gear can control a whole server alone. But if you remove it, you're gonna start create a way more fun competitive PP environment. Even the casual PP guilds can compete when there's like chaos everywhere. But right now, 2 guilds can easily control a server. They're super geared. But if there are only 1 guild, it will create more competition. So I think removing alliance system will be a healthy change for the game. You guys can always introduce it back, but just try to have it without any alliance system. I think would be really good. And then talking about guilds, we know that a lot of guilds hide in dead servers, especially this right now in my server, you have this guild, Orca guild, that just hides in this server. He doesn't want any competition, just want to farm bosses, claims they're a big PvP guild, but all they do is just farm on dead servers. So what I think you guys should do is arc bosses, the PvP arc bosses should be portals, and they should be matchmake cross server depending on your MMR. So if you're a strong guild, you get to fight strong guilds for arc bosses. I think that would be really healthy. That way can farm small or arc bosses, while these competitive guilds will go and fight actual guilds and have to compete for PvP. So they don't have to farm on these, they can't just hide in dead servers. I think that would be really good. You guys did have MMR matchmaking for bosses before, just to introduce it, but for arc bosses, I think it would be super good for the game. Battlegrounds queue times, please. It's a very minor inconvenience, but I think it will help a lot of people out. When you queue for Battlegrounds, register, all I want you guys to do is when you hit 46 out of 48, and not 48 out of 48, 46 out of 48, it takes you into the BG, and then you fill the last 2 people later. So when people queue in later, many games have this, that you just fill them later, because right now there's so many people that goes AFK, you get stuck on 47, you never enter a BG queue. Just let us enter at 46 out of 48 and then fill the last 2 people later. It'll be super healthy. You can make the introduction time a little shorter. It's just very tiresome to keep getting the queue and popping off. It's a very small change. You guys should be able to easily be able to fix it, but that will create it way more fun. Next up is the evasion stat. Please change the evasion and how evasion works. I talked about in the career roundtable. Evasion is very broken and it's a hard wall for new players. New players don't know how to counter it. They can't build against it because they have to farm all the heroic gears, max out their hit to try to hit evasion players. So evasion is actually a beginner player destroyer, because as a new player, when you enter, and most of these players in BGs or whatever in PP have high evasion, which they do, what it will lead to is you doing 0 damage to them, you're doing 0 CC to them, you're not being able to do absolutely anything to them. So it becomes a very unfriendly environment for new players. If I'm a new player and that happened, I would uninstall immediately. So by removing evasion, at least letting like CCs evasion, and now making it so that you can evade.
Oficiálne 11-11, neoficiálne 12-12, a oficiálne 11-11, predmet žiadne.
That'd be very nice. Last but not least, let players choose what type of content that they want to do. Now, what do I mean with letting them choose what kind of content they want to do? If I wanted, you guys did it really good at the start of T2, where you could have done BG, or when BG was with you could do BG or other things for content. Now, this is what I would highly advise you guys to do. If me as a player, I want to farm P Battlegrounds, or if I want to farm Nebula, or if I want to farm dungeons, I should be able to get the same amount of rewards for whatever I want.
Je to za nami. Dobre, to sa nami zrekapitulujeme si to. 837 bol? 837. 837. Relaxačný tréningový deň za nami, bolo 5.3.2026. Skončili sme 19.44, píše sa ma 18.44, každému podľa gusta bol svastiky. My sme skončili 19.44, segment trval 8 minút a 40 sekúnd, stredný čas 8.40.